Alrighty, howdy y'all. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Today we've got back, chest, and shoulders. Now, hopefully today's gonna go a bit better than the last time I did it. Personally, I think I'm feeling better. I think I'm feeling nice and strong, ready for incline. Incline is kind of where it started off and went bad. But also, just a reminder, my videos are recorded like a week in advance, so it's not like I didn't record most of my videos on the day that they are uploaded. So for instance, today I'm doing, for cardio, I'm going to be doing the 110 stories, probably with a little extra weight on me as well, in honor of like those who served for 9/11 and whatnot, to remember and never forget what happened there. So that's going to be my cardio today. But yeah, it's not going to be uploaded at 9/11, but it's just past 9/11 now, or in the US what is 9/11, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for cardio, and then probably the same stuff for today. If I'm feeling it enough, I'll probably do some dumbbell shoulder press, because why not? And if not, I'll just do some regular shoulder press, and then hopefully face pulls go a bit better. I don't know why they were so off the other day, but yeah, I think that's really it. Watched for fuck's sakes, Chainsaw Man the other night. That was pretty good. A little weird, but it was good. The action was pretty good. I think I like JJK a bit more, but it's just me. I know they got movies for both those coming out soon, which is pretty cool. And apparently, I think that the JJK movie's coming out the 5th of December, and I also believe that's when the FNAF 2 movie comes out, so quite the double whammy. But yeah, won't take much more time. I'm gonna go get some dinner and head to the gym, and I'll see y'all there. Alright, to start off this chest, back, and shoulder day, we have, of course, good old incline barbell bench press. Now, for this, I know last time I struggled with it. I know that the weight I was using was a bit too high, so decided to lower the weight by, I think it was 2.5 kilograms, and try that out to see, kind of gauge where I'm at. And based off of how it moved today and the weight that I moved, as you'll see coming up here with the Arrow app kind of screenshot, that I still wasn't moving as much for as consistent as I wanted to. So definitely think that in the future now I'm gonna have to probably go down a bit, kind of re-gauge where I'm at, because clearly I was either jumping weight too fast or maybe just not doing the rep like entirely controlled and whatnot. But regardless, just gonna have to keep an eye on that and kind of gauge where I'm at for next time. Moving on, chest press. Chest press felt really good. I know last week that this chest, back, and shoulder day was kind of like a 50-50, where it was just kind of okay. But I will say this was one hell of a recovery day. Like, this was a complete bounce back. And although I didn't get exactly what I wanted for incline barbell bench, the rest of my workouts felt fantastic. I had a great rest of my time doing this. And as you can see, on chest press went pretty well. Ended up having to lower after the second set, however. It was getting a bit heavy, but still managed to get that third rep, or that third set for 8, I believe. I didn't quite see it when it popped up, but this time I also learned from the past when doing dumbbell shoulder press that the camera should not be right behind my head, and I almost got it perfect again, except it is kind of catching the dumbbell when it goes down and unfocusing and refocusing, so I do apologize for that. But also for dumbbell shoulder press, decided to start a little bit lighter. I definitely think that is what contributed to it being a lot better. I think that I need to realize when to go down a little bit, compared to last time. Like, I still moved more than this last time for 8 for my first set or whatnot, but just the being able to control it and really keep the form and do the workout correctly makes just such a huge difference into how it feels. So I did about 28 kilos for all my sets. I believe there it said I got about 6 reps at the end. Went pretty good. I do apologize for the unfocusing and refocusing of it. As you can see, it is a bit, I don't know, nauseating or just kind of weird. But then moving on, got some cable lateral raises. And I remember saying in the past that these were being a bit iffy. I do think now they're getting a bit better. I do just got to watch my form a little bit when doing these. You got to make sure that arm's not like
going up in two separate motions, kind of like the shoulder and then the forearm, because you could see that a little bit there towards the end, which I do believe I end up lowering the weight after this set because I did notice that it wasn't as good as it could have been. I also think that I don't need to be quite reaching up as high, although I will say like that was a bit too high. I think that I'm already getting up to the range I need to be, and at that point it's almost engaging my back a little bit as I reach the top of that set. So just going to keep an eye on that in future, make sure we're doing that nice and correctly. And then for the start of the back workouts, got some face pulls. Made sure to lower the weight because last time these were the main workout that just did not go well. So lowered the weight, really focused on squeezing the traps and the shoulder blades, and it ended up going a hell of a lot better than it did last week. I'm very happy with how it went, felt it really well, and I think staying at that weight and working up from there is going to have to be what I do, as this was much better than last week. And face pulls are one of the ones that are kind of awkward for me. I do feel a bit uneven when it comes to my right and left shoulders. So as you can see though, I got the reps that I needed to be, and I probably could have gone up weight, but I figured with how bad they went last week, I should stick to that weight and just make sure for the rest of it that I'm finishing out the reps and the movement as well as I can be. And then obviously to wrap it up, we've got some cable rows. Now, I do think I probably could have started a bit lighter on these. I know last time I didn't get 90 for my first set, and I think starting at 85 probably would have benefited me a little bit more today, or for this workout. But as you can see, I got 90 for 7 there. I think next time I'm going to start maybe at like 87.5 or 85 and see if I can get that for all my sets before trying to move back up to that 90, because I really still want to make sure that I am pulling as far back as I need to be and not really cheating the rep. Although I wouldn't really say I was cheating the rep, but I definitely could tell that at the end there it was getting harder to get those elbows back as far as I think they need to be going. And then, of course, moving on to some good old posing. Now, I think one of the things that I don't talk about much with the posing is my camera angle. I do need to work on the angles a little bit. I'm not great at setting up my camera. I also do think that a new tripod may be in the necessity when I get back to the United States, along with a new microphone. I will say I know that my microphone for all of this is pretty bad. I'm recording from my AirPods, so I know that when I get back to the States, I need to invest in a new tripod and a new microphone to kind of increase the quality for you guys, because I don't want you to have to suffer through poor audio quality when like the entire video is me talking. So I do know that. And then as for the tripod, it is a little uneven and it can cause the video to be slightly lopsided, and I'm just overall not too great with the placement, but I do my best to get it in a good spot. Now, I also don't want to, because having it left here, I believe there's people on the other side of the locker room, and I felt like it would be nicer if I put it on the left. I don't normally like recording it this way. It feels a bit off, and I get it pushed sort of near the lockers, and it also is sort of near the walkway if you're entering into the side of the locker room that I am on, but that is why it's only there for today and not normally there. But besides that, I think that my posing went pretty well. Still hoping to cut some of the fat off obviously I'm hoping to cut fat off of everywhere on my body, but I'm really hoping to start seeing those peaks on the bicep soon, especially in that front double bicep or back double bicep, whatever you want to call it. Or because in the front it's a lot easier to notice the biceps, obviously, whereas in the back I do feel like my front delts do take away from the physique a little bit. But yeah, besides that, I will see y'all back at the apartment.
Alrighty, howdy y'all. Back from the gym. That cardio, the 110 floors. I just wanted to say that I know the picture of the cardio I have only shows like 9 minutes. I got to floor 70, and then when I went to, because I started with 30 kilograms on my back, and I went about 15 floors, and then I had to pause the workout and take it off because it was too hard. My legs were burning. I was dripping in sweat already. So I did that. I was kind of going off and on, and then when I got to about 440, I'm like, okay, I need to lower the weight. So I went and got a 10 kilo bar. I don't know if I said 30 pounds, but I meant 30 kilos. and I had that on my back, and I was just alternating, like having it on and then having it off for every 10 floors. And when I got to floor 70, when I don't remember if I was putting the weight on my back or taking it off, I accidentally stopped the workout, so it reset it. So the picture I have is only 40 floors, but I did do the full 110 because I think that'd be extremely dishonest and rude that if I were to just truly have done like 40 and say I did 110, but on my life, I promise I did the 110. So, and it really makes you realize just how hard it was for all those people and first responders trying to help with the 9/11 tragedy. And my thoughts and prayers goes out to everyone affected by it when it happened, and we will never forget. So, in honor of that and talking about it, I just want to take the last 30 seconds or so of this video to just have a moment of silence for all those lives that were lost in the 9/11 attacks, and all the first responders and even civilians that attempted to help and put their lives at risk to save those involved in the attacks. So